Change your story, change your life, rewriting the beliefs that hold you back. There's a quiet script running in the background of your mind every day. It sounds like, I always mess things up. People eventually leave. I'm not good with money. I can't trust my body. Life is hard for me. You don't repeat these lines out loud, but you feel them. When you hesitate to apply for a job, when you stay too long in a relationship that hurts, when you sabotage progress for no reason, when you see opportunities and instantly think, that's not for me. Those lines are part of your car story, not the story of what actually happened in your life, but the meaning you attach to it. And here's the powerful truth. You might not control the events that created your old story, but you can rewrite the story you live by from this moment on. This isn't fantasy, it's psychology. What you believe about yourself, other people, and life shapes what you notice, what you expect, what you tolerate, what you attempt, what you walk away from, what you create. When you change those beliefs, your inner story, your outer world has to shift to match. In this guide, you'll explore 1. What a life story really is and how it's formed. 2. The 3 core stories running your life right now. 3. How your story controls your decisions and results. 4. A step-by-step process to discover and rewrite limiting stories. 5. Real lifestyle examples of story shifts in money, love, and health. 6. Daily practices to stabilize your new story so it actually sticks. This isn't about pretending your past didn't happen, it's about reclaiming your power to decide what it means. 1. Your life story, not what happened, but what you decided it meant. Two people can live through similar events and come out with completely different stories. One person grows up poor and decides, I'm doomed, life is stacked against me. Another grows up poor and decides, I will never let money be the reason my kids suffer. I'll figure this out. Same circumstance, different story, different destiny. Your story is made of the conclusions you drew about yourself, the assumptions you made about other people, the rules you believe about life. For example, I'm too sensitive, I'm too broken, too old, too behind. People always take advantage of me. Life is unfair. People like me never catch a break. These stories often begin as calm self-protection. If I believe people always leave, maybe it'll hurt less when they do. If I assume I'm bad with money, I don't have to face the shame of past mistakes. If I tell myself I'm unlovable, at least I'm not surprised when people treat me badly. The problem is, what once helped you survive can now keep you stuck. Your story becomes a cage that you cannot see until you start looking for it. 2. The 3 core stories running your life. Let's simplify. You're always running 3 main stories in the background. 1. The story about you. 2. The story about others. 3. The story about life. These 3 combine into your emotional reality. 2.1 The story about you. This includes I am, I'm the type of person who, some common versions. I'm always second best. I don't follow through. I'm too damaged to have a normal relationship. I'm strong and resourceful. I always find a way. This story sets your car, ceiling, and floor. How much love you accept, how much money you expect, how much joy you'll allow, how much effort you'll bring. If your story is, I always get close but never succeed, you'll unconsciously pull back at the finish line, overcomplicate things, choose sabotage over success because it feels familiar. 2.2 The story about others. This includes people are, you can't trust, everyone always, examples, people always let you down, you can't trust men, women, authority, people only care when they need something. There are good people out there who value me. This story decides how close you let people get, how you interpret their actions, whether you give second chances or shut down, How deeply you connect after 2.3, the story about life. This includes life is, the world is. Examples: life is hard, life is random and cruel, life is rigged against people like me, life is a classroom, I can grow from anything, life supports me when I move toward what's right for me. This story shapes your level of hope, the risks you're willing to take, how you get up after setbacks. Together, these stories form your invisible script. Change the script, and you change the role you play in your own life. 3. How your story creates your reality. Your story influences your life in three major ways. 1. What you notice. 2. What you choose. 3. What you tolerate. Bounds 3.1. What you notice. Your brain hates being wrong. Once you believe something, your mind searches for evidence to support it. If your story is, people always use me, you'll zoom in on every moment someone forgets you. Ignore or downplay the moments people show genuine care. Choose friends and partners who match your old story because they feel familiar. If your story is, I am resilient and learning, you'll notice progress, not just failures. See options where others see dead ends. Feel more confident trying new things. Same world, different filter. Powwow 3.2. What you choose. Your story sets your expectations, and expectations drive choices. If you believe, I'm not smart enough, you might not apply for roles that actually fit you. If you believe, I always end up with toxic people, you might ignore early red flags because this is just how it goes. The story in your head becomes a self-fulfilling loop. Belief, expectation, behavior, result. Proof that your belief was right. Change the story, and the loop starts breaking. 3.3. What you tolerate. Your story decides your standards. This is the kind of treatment I deserve. This is the level of life I can expect. If your story says, I'm lucky if anyone stays at all, you might tolerate disrespect, breadcrumbing, half effort. If your story says, I am worthy of mutual respect and care, you will walk away from one-sided relationships, speak up when something feels wrong, choose people and environments that match your new story, and over time, the outer world rearranges around your inner upgrade. 4. Discovering your current story. Before you can rewrite your story, you have to see it clearly. Here's a simple story discovery exercise. 4.1. Write your unfiltered story. Take a blank page and finish these prompts without censoring. 1. I am the kind of person who. 2. People usually. 3. Life is. Write 5 to 10 completions for each. Examples. I am the kind of person who always finds a way. Gets excited but then quits. Is there for everyone else but not for myself. People usually leave once they see the real me. Take advantage if I'm too kind. Are supportive if I'm clear with them. Life is heavy and unfair. Unpredictable but workable. Full of lessons and second chances. Let it all out, even the parts you don't like. 4.2. Notice themes and patterns. Circle the phrases that feel heavy, hopeless, limiting, old. Ask, where did I learn this? Whose voice does this sound like? Is this always 100% true, or did I just collect evidence for it? You'll start seeing, oh, I've been living as if this sentence were law. That awareness is already a crack in the old story. 5. Rewriting your story, a practical process. Now you're going to consciously rewrite key parts of your story. Step 1. Pick one area to start. Choose the area that hurts the most or limits you the most. Love, money, self-worth, health, trust. Example, you realize your story in love is, I am always the one who gets abandoned. Step 2. Extract your old core belief. Write the belief in its raw form. I am always left. People don't stay. No one really chooses me. Ask, on a scale from 1 to 10, how strongly does this feel true? Hash how. Step 3. Challenge it with curiosity, not force. Instead of saying, that's not true, ask, is this the whole truth? Has there ever been a moment where someone stayed, cared, or chose me? Could this be a story my younger self created to explain painful experiences? You're loosening the grip. Step 4. Choose a new story that honors you. This is crucial. The new story must be empowering and what plausible. Not, everyone will love me forever, but something like, some people leave, but some people stay, and I am learning to choose those who truly value me. I am worthy of relationships where I am seen, respected, and chosen. I'm no longer available for one sided love. Write your new story in the present tense. Step 5. Find or create evidence. Your brain needs evidence to accept a new belief. Ask, where in my life, even in small ways, does this already show up? Maybe a friend who checks on you, a relative who always shows up, a time you set a boundary and someone respected it. Then begin to create more evidence. Say no to a situation that feels wrong. Spend more time with people who show up consistently. Have an honest conversation about your needs. Every time you act from the new story, you're telling your nervous system, this is who we are now. Step 6. Repeat it until it feels like home. New stories don't become your default in one day. They're installed through repetition, emotion, action. So, read your new story daily. Feel what it would be like if it were completely true. Take small actions that match it. Over time, the old story feels less like truth and more like something I used to believe. 6. Real lifestyle examples of story shifts. Let's walk through 3 examples: money, love, and health to see how this works. 6.1. Money, from I'm terrible with money to I'm learning to lead my finances. Old story. I'm terrible with money. I always screw it up. I'll never get ahead. I'm just not that kind of person. Result. Avoids looking at accounts. Pays bills late from anxiety, not lack of care. Feels shame every time money comes up. Sabotages opportunities because they won't work anyway. Rewriting. 1. Acknowledge origins. Grew up in a household where money was chaotic and stressful. Learned to cope by ignoring it. 2. New story. I wasn't taught how to manage money, but I'm learning now. I am becoming the kind of person who faces my finances with honesty and courage. I can improve my situation step by step. 3. New actions. Spends 10 minutes every Sunday looking at accounts. Tracks expenses for 30 days without judgment. Reads or listens to one simple money resource a week. 4. New evidence. Realizes some expenses can be easily cut. Pays a bill on time and feels a small surge of pride. Watches debt slowly decrease or savings start to grow. Over time, new identity. I'm not perfect with money, but I'm responsible and improving all the time. And life rearranges to match that story. 6.2. Love. From I'm hard to love to I deserve and create healthy love. Old story. I'm too much, not enough. Everyone leaves once they really see me. I always attract toxic people. Result. Overgives to prove worth. Accepts bare minimum attention. Ignores red flags because this is what I get. Feels panic at the thought of being alone, so stays in painful situations. Rewriting. 1. Acknowledge origins. Caregivers were inconsistent, critical, or emotionally distant. Past partners confirmed the old story by treating you poorly. New story. I am worthy of love that is safe, kind, and mutual. I am learning to choose people who are capable of healthy love. It's better to be by myself than in relationships that break me down. 3. New actions. Slows down at the beginning of relationships to actually observe behavior. Set small boundaries and watches who respects them. Invest time in friendships and communities that feel safe and supportive. 4. New evidence. Not everyone leaves. Some people stay and show up. Some people respect boundaries. You discover that your own presence can be a source of comfort, not just emptiness. Over time, new identity. I am someone who gives and receives real love, and I'm willing to walk away from what isn't that. And your pattern of relationships begins to transform. 6.3 Health. From my body is my enemy to my body is my partner. Old story. My body betrays me. Something is always wrong with me. I can't trust my body. Result. Constant tension and monitoring. Oscillation between ignoring health and obsessing over it, using shame as a motivator. Rewriting. 1. Acknowledge origins. Illness, chronic symptoms, or repeated injuries. Messages from others that your body was too much, not enough, or wrong. 2. New story. My body has been through a lot and it's still here, doing its best. My body communicates through signals. I'm learning to listen, not fight. I can improve my health by becoming my body's ally, not its enemy. 3. New actions. Gentle movement instead of punishing workouts. Asking, what does my body need right now? Seeking support from professionals as an act of partnership, not desperation. 4. New evidence. Sleep improves with small changes. Pain decreases or feels more manageable when tension reduces. You feel pockets of peace in your body where before there was only war. New identity. I'm someone who cares for my body with respect and patience, and your health journey becomes less about punishment and more about healing. 7. Daily practices to stabilize your new story. Rewriting your story is not a one-time journaling session, it's daily practice. Here are simple tools you can weave into your routine. 7.1 Morning Story Intention. Each morning, choose one story you're working on and read it out loud. For example, today I choose to live from the story that I am worthy of respect and mutual effort. Today I choose the story that I am capable of learning anything I need. Ask, if this were absolutely true, how would I show up today? Then pick a one Xingwei. That matches. Reach out to a supportive person. Say no to something that drains you. Take a step toward a goal you've been postponing. 7.2 During the day, catch and flip. When you feel a familiar wave of course this would happen to me. I knew I'd ruin it. This always happens. Pause and ask, which story am I in right now? Is this my old story or my new one? Then gently flip it. Old, this always happens to me. New, this is challenging, but I am not the same person I used to be. I can handle this differently. You're not fighting your mind, you're redirecting about it. 7.3 Evening, Story Evidence Log. At night, take 5 minutes to write. Evidence that my new story is true, even a little. Examples. I spoke up when I normally would have stayed silent. I checked my bank account and made a plan. I stopped replying to someone who only reaches out when they want something. I moved my body even though I didn't feel like it. This trains your brain to collect proof that supports your new identity. 8. You are not your old story. Maybe your old story was handed to you by family, shaped by trauma, reinforced by past partners, bosses, or friends, written in moments when you were scared and alone, but you are not obligated to live inside it forever. You are allowed to say, that was the story I needed to survive then. It is not the story I choose to live by now. You don't erase your past, you integrate it into a new narrative. I've been hurt and I am healing. I've been broke and I am learning to build stability. I've been rejected and I am still worthy of love and respect. So ask yourself now, what is one old story I'm ready to retire? What is one new story that feels more true to who I really am? What is one small action I can take today that belongs to this new story? Write it, say it, live it, even if it's shaky at first. Because in the end, you're not just a character in a story someone else wrote, you're the author. And with every belief you question, every boundary you set, every brave step you take, you're writing something new. A life where your past explains you, but no longer defines you.